All right, welcome back, everyone, for another session. Um, Before we get into it, I did forget to do inspiration at the end of last session, so we're gonna pick up there, and then we'll get back into it. Um, for inspiration, we have three triggers, and a point of inspiration can be used uh, on a roll to gain advantage. And then uh, for the three triggers, it was fuck it, that was cool, the best role player, and the workhorse. So who do we think triggered fuck it, that was cool?
I'm gonna say Folly because not only did Folly get the last kill, but I think the idea of like a Hippocratic oath that is also like their religion's equivalent of like the Lord's Prayer is like the coolest shit ever. So that's my vote.
I vote for Folly as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was for spooking the ghosts, but
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Oh, true.
Cool. So Folly, you can take a point of inspiration. And then who was our best role player? I was thinking between either Betty or Harvey.
oh yeah,
That
that's
one,
true.
yeah, that one was tough because you guys were kind of in action. There wasn't a good chance to role play too hard.
I want to say that you should give it to Harvey because Harvey
Har-
had the move with the flame summoning
uh,
flail,
yeah,
which I thought was like a really cool way of to like introduce or to like merge mechanics and like character stuff.
Thank you.
yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think
Harvey,
there was a fun moment with Harvey, like where Harvey like was picking Foley up and was like, okay, just to clarify, this is completely platonic. I thought that was a fun moment.
Okay, I will gladly take that.
perfect. And then who was our workhorse?
My vote was Betty Barnacles because I feel like she was really driving the team towards the goal that time.
My vote would either be Folly or Betty, and given that Folly already got one, I'm gonna give my vote to Betty.
Cool. I think Betty's a good.
Because I mean, let's all be honest here. Let's let's not let our hubris get the best of us. We would have been fucked if it hadn't been for Folly.
Oh no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah, no, but it was like a equivalent workhorse type dealio.
cool. But I think we're gonna give the point of inspiration to Betty.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. So that is inspiration for everyone from last week. And so let's get into what's going on this week. Previously on from the last session, you all are working a job for the Charters Guild. You are currently escorting Molly, an apprentice charter, uh, for her test to become a full-fledged charter. Um, the assignment is to map the location to three different ingredients used by the League of Severed Tongues for medicinal purposes. The first ingredient after which you saw it were the goblin berries, which used to be supplied by a tribe of goblins prior to the war. You all managed to find that tribe of goblins, but they requested that you clear out their hamlet, which had become overrun with ghouls. Um, and then they said if you cleared it out, they would be open to trade for their goblin berries. Uh, and then last session, you all stormed the hamlet and took on an onslaught of ghouls. And you made your way through the hamlet and finally reached the ghoul mother, who was like at the top of this like weird platform surrounding a tree. And you quickly disposed of the ghoul mother, uh, Folly landing the last critical blow to bring down the ghoul mother. We'll start off with kind of like the last couple of hits. You guys are fighting the ghoul mother. Um, we see Harvey uh, whip out their fire flail and get it around the ghoul mother's neck, and then Folly comes in and you guys have all been like attacking it, and it's like bloody, and then Folly comes in and gets that final blow and takes the ghoul mother down. Um, and as soon as the ghoul mother falls, you hear screeches down in the hamlet as you see the ghouls kind of scatter from the hamlet, um, clearing out uh, the ghouls. Although
Fantastic.
yeah, there's plenty of remains and whatnot, but the ghouls are gone. And you guys make your way back to where Grubu was and where Molly was.
Yeah, before we leave, I'm like covered in blood. Is there any stuff that I can like steal from this ghoul mother? I was thinking
Ooh.
about maybe taking her teeth, maybe a little bit of her stomach acid.
Come on.
Cool. I mean, yeah. Let's see. The teeth should be no problem. I imagine you have some pouches. Um, and then as far as the stomach contents and the acid or whatnot, do you have enough? I think the last time that you tried to collect a liquid, you said you had some like mason jars.
Yeah, I have
Um,
adventuring gear, so I marked off one use of adventuring gear. So
okay.
I figured I'd mark off another one.
Yeah, go ahead and mark off another one for the stomach acid, since it's a little bit more uh it's a little bit more difficult to carry than the goblin teeth, the ghoul teeth.
I was gonna put that at one weight. What's the weight for teeth? Can I just carry those?
Yeah, teeth is 0 weight.
Okay. And then is there anything else that's like important on her? Like, does she have like claws that I should be trying to like take off?
Ooh.
Or does she have, should I try to, I mean, I guess I'll put it up to you guys, but should I like take her severed head and like wear it as like a warning, or like maybe cut off a hand and make like a real nifty. She's got two hands. I could make bracelets for me and one other person if you want.
Friendship bracelets.
Ooh, could you?
Yeah, there's four of us and there's 2 feet, so theoretically.
Could you make me like a little flail dangle?
A little
As a
charm
bone?
for your flail.
Yeah, I wanna charm for my flail at bone.
Oh, yeah. So as we're like resting at the top, can I say that I take my third use of adventuring gear and using like the leg of the ghoul mother and the head, I just make like a ghoul mother head flail that's like tied to like a femur or something like that.
Oh, is this it's so gruesome. um, hmm. I don't see.
I want to make a terrifying weapon for Harvey.
Well, I think Harvey just.
Ooh.
I think Harvey just wanted a charm, but if
That's definitely just what I wanted, but this is also fun.
okay.
I
Um.
believe in yes anding.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to stop you guys. Um. Let's see. So you want to make a flail out of the head and like a leg bone?
Is it
Yeah,
possible that I
a
could
femur.
aid this whatever it is?
Hmm.
I
How?
do have expertise with flails.
Yeah. I don't think. I think using the weapon would be no problem. I think it's constructing the weapon. But you said you were going to use one of your adventuring gear uses, right? To try and construct this weapon.
Yeah, like I was gonna use like some rope as one of my adventuring gear uses,
Mhm.
and basically do like, you know how sometimes there will be rope at like Target or something, and there's like a planter that's like hung from like a rope like hammock. I'm gonna do that and like lash it around the skull and then tie it to this femur that I have mostly stripped the skin and flesh and muscle off of, and then just like hand this femur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm super into this, but I'm gonna give it some tags. So let me find the list of tags because this is quite crazy.
This
Okay.
is incredible.
Oh, it's
If there's a
incredible.
way to like tag that it smells bad, because I feel like it just would.
Let's.
Unless any of you are like know how to embalm something.
I feel like the tags should be terrifying, gross, and
I think it's gonna. I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna give it awkward because it's kind of makeshift. I don't know how many
Okay.
weapons you've made in the past, but like the shaft is made out of not fully cured ghoul mother bone, so it's got to be a little slippery. It might not be weighted properly. You know, it's kind of definitely way better at terrifying and looking gross than it is as a full-fledged weapon. Does that make sense? Like Zach's professional flail is gonna do more damage than this terrifying, awesome ghoul flail.
I feel like it would be hilarious if it looked so disgusting that people all thought it was fake. Like you're just really into arts and crafts.
Cool.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. So we're gonna give it the awkward, the dangerous, or no, the awkward, the terrifying, and the gross for tags.
Beautiful.
Cool.
I'm gonna hand it to Harvey handle first. Like I have like put the rope like parallel to the femur and then lashed it, and so the lashing is also the grip on this femur made of this like hempen rope. And I'm just gonna hand you the handle and I'm like, thought we fought together well there, Harvey. So I got you a little gift. I figure every weapon needs a good name there, and I figured you could call this one the Toothless Mother there. So here you go. Have the tooth. Yes, I've got the teeth. I should have thought of that before I made this flail, but I just wanted them. So here you go. And I give Harvey the Toothless Mother.
I love this. This is Betty. This is fantastic. Wow. I need a new flail holster. He just looks off into the horizon, aiming that comment at nobody.
Perfect.
Yeah. Then I just look at you like, and then I just like slowly back out, and then we could do a smash cut to whatever Devon was gonna have us do before I derailed everybody.
That was amazing.
It was definitely worth the derailment. That was amazing. Cool. So you all, once you guys have rested up and have finished watching Betty make this gruesome weapon, you guys return to Grubu and Molly, who had been kind of watching off in the distance. And let's see. I think Grubu's gonna come up and approach you guys and goes, that was incredible. I didn't have much faith in you guys going into there. I thought for sure that the Ghoul Mother was going to take you out. But I was proved totally wrong. Why? Oh, because
Why would you send us into there if you thought we were going to die?
Well,
what kind of fucking empathyless monster are you?
Well, it was either you're gonna do it or you weren't, and I know I wasn't gonna do it with my tribe of people.
Go fuck yourself. I think Harvey's gonna walk away from this. Y'all can handle this guy.
Yeah, Molly's gonna come in and she's gonna go, oh, don't worry about him, he'll be fine. But about that trade agreement, and I think she's gonna pull Grubu away. before anyone else can say anything about his tactlessness. Um, and it looks like she's going to go hash out the details of this agreement that she was assigned to do. And that happens. She comes back to you guys and she goes, "Everything's all good. Um, they even gave us some goblin berries." And she kind of shows you kind of a jar filled with. Have you seen like a jar of like maraschino cherries? It's like the
Yes.
cherries and filled and they're floating in liquid. It kind of looks like that.
Grenadine.
Yeah, except the berries are a little bit darker than maraschino cherries.
Do these
Huh?
do they look delicious?
If you like maraschino cherries, then yes, they definitely do look delicious.
I love maraschino cherries.
Absolutely, they're fucking
Uh,
ambrosia.
but Molly then goes, "This may turn you off," and she unscrews the lid of this jar. Horrific smell. Smells
Describe it.
disgusting. I don't even know if I can.
I
It-
need to be more than disgusting, Devon.
it's-
we have different palates.
I mean, it smells like putrefying fruit. It smells like fruit that has been sitting in the hot sun for days and just like a big pile. It smells like it's rotting food. It smells like trash.
It probably
one?
smells like when I worked at the movie theater and the only thing that got thrown out was candy, soda, and popcorn. And at the end of the night, every night, I would have to take out a giant dumpster's worth of just fermented soda, popcorn, and sour candy. It probably smells like that.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good description. Like sickeningly sweet and fermented and gross.
Yeah.
Can I have one?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Is Molly gonna let you have one?
We're
Yes,
getting it
Molly's
filled.
gonna let you have one. Because she's can't wait to see the look on your face when you put this into your mouth.
I'm gonna eat it.
Okay, a couple of things happen. One, it's disgusting. You definitely, well, I don't. You can tell me if you regret this. It tastes gross. It's one of the grossest things you have definitely put into your mouth. I don't know what Harvey has put into his mouth before, but it's
many things.
it's definitely high up there on your list of gross things. But did you have any damage? Did you have any? What was your health points at?
19 out of 25.
Heal 2 points of 2 points of
Oh,
damage.
sick.
Yeah, these goblin berries are. Molly explains these goblin berries are a key component in the league's healing potions. They have incredible healing properties, and she screws the lid back on. Thankfully, the smell quickly dissipates in the open air.
That was
Danny
only
is
the
just gonna
eighth.
be like, Danny's just gonna say like, "Oh my god, it smells just like pie Mom used to make.
Ugh.
She made it every solstice, and then Dad would say, "Hope you don't have a gag reflex when gobbling these berries." It's just like home.
Yes.
It's upsetting there.
Only
Hey,
the
I didn't-
worst thing I've
I
ever
didn't know you
had.
had parents.
Oh yeah, well, technically,
Oh.
Dad was he qualifies as an entity for sure. So
That's a fascinating way to put it.
there's a lot of philosophical questions that go into like how dead you can be and still count as like dad, but I don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, Molly is just going to gloss right over that. Okay, you guys. That is 1/3 of our assignment. We have to go after 2 more things. We are looking for some griffin tail hairs, excuse me, and some bioluminescent mushrooms in the giant spider caves.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Which one's
Yeah.
cool?
Molly, can I ask you a question there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Molly, in terms of just not as the crow flies, but in terms of like how many days it's going to take us to get to where we're going. Is it quicker to go after these griffins next or the mushrooms there?
I would suggest the griffins. The forest isn't too far, and there is the path should be pretty easy to get to the forest. And then it might take a little bit. Getting to the forest is going to be the easy part. Way easier than getting to the caves.
Fair enough. I say we should go after the griffins there then.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Since we're all in agreement, let's make our way to our next location. And let's see, how do we want to do this? Is there anything that you wanted to do with the goblin tribe before you guys head out?
I don't feel the need to build a relationship with a tribe and like when the chief was just counting on us dying. You know what I mean? I feel like we're just mercenaries to him and I don't see that changing.
I actually I don't want to build a relationship with them either, but I do want to ask a mechanical question, which is how long rests work in this game and healing, because I know people took some damage last time.
Yes, that's a good point. I think that we should do a rest before you guys head out. This way you guys can um, heal your HP, get back any spells you may have lost if that was the case, and whatnot. So there is a move. It's called Recover. I'm just going to read it out so that everyone knows what's up. When you do nothing but rest in comfort and safety, after a day of rest, you recover all of your HP. After 3 days of rest, you remove one ability of your choice. If you're under the care of a healer, you heal an ability for every 2 days of rest instead.
How does that relate to hit points?
If you guys basically rest for the day, you get to heal all of your HP.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there something else I could spend the day doing instead?
That's up to Harvey.
I was gonna ask like how much HP people need to recover. One of the kind of like not starting moves, but I took a few things from the medic playbook. And kind of instead of like racial abilities, they have two like specializations, and I took Mark of Healing, which allows me to automatically heal 5 HP per day, just like instantly. And I also have Cure Light Wounds. So if we're only talking about like a small amount of HP, we could just press on and I heal people.
Like along the way.
Yeah,
Oh no, go for it.
Yeah, I'm only like 4 HP down, which is why I'm like, I think I could probably spend the day doing something more productive than healing 4 points.
I'm down 2, but Danni spent that last battle shoved inside of a creature's mouth. So,
Yeah,
how you doing there, Danni?
Well, you know, no more dead than usual. But I'm feeling pretty low.
I am not at all saying let's not take the day to rest. I'm just saying I like personally probably won't take the move recover, you know?
I've already kicked my feet. I've already kicked my shoes both entirely off and dug my feet into the dirt and said, look, when you have a chance to rest there and you get to be my age, you take a second to rest. And I'm gonna go have you've ever seen like an uncle who just like knocks out at like a family party? That's what I'm gonna go do.
Gonna go sit underneath a tree, just like conk out.
Yeah.
Tight. Cool. I mean, it sounds like, yeah, that's totally cool. It sounds like you guys are gonna take a rest. Those of you who wanted to relax for the day, you guys can recover all of your health.
Yeah, if we do have a moment, I did kind of want to have like a one-on-one conversation with Molly briefly.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Do you walk over to Molly or does Molly approach you, do you think?
I think I approach her. I kind of get the impression that like after it's become pretty clear that most of us are really pissed off at her. I don't know. I don't imagine we're like sitting near her, but yeah, I think Folly like approaches her and kind of sits down next to her and says something effective like, you know, there's been something of meaning to ask you of the last couple days.
Sure. What do you want to know?
After our encounter with the razor boar, you said you'd been out here before, and that everyone else in your party died. All the people who are meant to protect you, all the people who are out there with you, all died. What I want to know is, how exactly did you survive? You don't look. If you don't mind me saying, you don't seem like much of a fighter. You don't seem super familiar with the outdoors. How exactly did you survive and no one else?
Molly's unnatural unnaturally present smile kind of fades, and she goes, "That's not something that I generally like to talk about. But since you're asking, um, I I I I consider myself very lucky. Um, we were returning from our assignment, and that's when we were accosted by that razor boar, which kind of decimated my party. And I don't pride myself in this, but I ran. Um, I left my party when I saw that there was no hope for them. And like you said, I'm not much of a fighter, and I saw that the only way that I was going to live was to flee, and that's exactly what I did.
I think Folly just kind of nods a little bit and is like, yeah. I hope you. I mean, I would just to be clear, I wasn't. I hope you don't think I was asking as like a hostile thing or like a gotcha moment. You know, I'm also not much of a fighter. I'm also not much of a outdoorsy person. But I'm sorry you had to go through that. I guess I don't think survival is a crime. I was just I was mostly asking, seeing if you had any tips for someone like me.
That's ooh. Um, Molly, I think Molly smile returns, and she goes, "Well, you looked like a pretty good fighter earlier today, um,
Ah,
but I think the only tip that I have and can honestly give for surviving out here is to prioritize yourself. If you want to live and survive, you got to look out for number one."
interesting.
And if you gotta get and then her smile like really returns and becomes super fake. She goes, "But if you want to get paid, I'm number one. Got to protect me."
Yeah, should have
Up in the
known you'd
distance,
say
you
that.
just hear Harvey shout, "I hate you, Molly."
um, that's fantastic. Cool, and um, I think you're not going to get anything real again from Molly. Um, yeah, and so I think you guys finish your rest. You guys are feeling much better, having taken a moment to catch your breath, address your wounds, um, and you guys head out again. So I think we're gonna start this off with another undertaking a perilous journey roll. You guys aren't too far, but it is gonna take you um, another day or a day and a half's worth of travel, and the the areas that you're walking through aren't like they haven't been. They're pretty wild, so who knows what danger is lurking out there. Um, so I need someone to take on the role of the quartermaster, the trailblazer, and the scout.
I'll scout.
I would not mind quartermastering.
Okay. I can, I guess I can trailblaze in that case.
Unless Danny wants to quartermaster. Danny, do you want a quartermaster? I quartermastered last time.
No, that's okay. I trust in your intelligence.
Mhm.
I say completely in character and not referring to the role that it.
You absolutely shouldn't.
Uh-oh.
So everyone's rolling plus whiz, I think, for this roll.
Okay, well, that's good.
Okay.
Okay. I got an 8.
And you were
So I
sorry. Go,
took an ability when I leveled up that well trained that lets Bleu take a specialty in scouting.
ooh.
And since we're currently attempting to track the griffin, I can add their proficiency in scouting, which is equal to like Blue's cunning. So that is a 10.
Ooh.
Because Bleu helps track everything down.
Okay. Great. And you got a 10 on that for your scouting.
Yeah.
Folly, that was an 8 on your trailblazing.
Mm-hmm.
And Harvey, you're doing the quartermastering, or was it Danny?
Me. I
What'd
got
you
a 10.
Ooh, and you got a 10? Damn. You guys killed it this time. Okay. Oh, dang. Okay. So on an 8 for the trailblazer, that means you guys are going to arrive at your destination um, about the time that you expected to. Because of your 10 on the scout, whatever may get the jump on you on your travel will not get the jump on you. And because of Harvey's quartermaster role, you guys won't have to use any rations. You guys maybe have been snacking on the goblin berries or something, and you guys are feeling pretty good.
A little bit.
I don't know. Feeling pretty good about the berries.
Maybe not the goblin berries, but you guys maybe you guys have
a team, Folly.
maybe
It's pure person eating.
maybe you guys found some other berries along the way, and you guys were foraged a little bit.
There are people out there who love pickled herring, so I do not doubt that at least one of us loves these goblin berries.
Well, we know that Harvey does, and I do because they remind me of home.
Harvey doesn't love them.
Oh.
They're the 8th worst thing he's ever had.
There's a list.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna need that list by the next session, Harvey.
Is that homework?
Yeah, that'll be homework. I guess you don't. Yeah, no, we definitely need that list, or at least a couple more
Alright.
things. You don't need to get like maybe or sprinkle that in throughout your.
Devon, I will write the full top 10, and I will sprinkle it throughout the run.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll give you the list personally, so you can like I'll give you the list, and then you can introduce the foods, and I'll be like, yeah, that's the 3rd worst thing I've ever had.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay. I love it.
Love to see it.
Perfect. This is great. Let me see what is going to happen next, though. Okay. So now that I got your guys' rolls, you guys make your way. Molly's giving you general directions. You guys are making your way. You guys make your way to the forest. It's called the Fabled Forest, and
Cute.
it's super dense forest. You guys are kind of slogging through heavy underbrush. You guys might even be hacking away to try and get through some of this dense foliage. Let's see. Bleu is scouting, right? Or Bleu is helping Betty scout.
Yeah.
And I think you guys have picked up a trail, or at least some signs of griffins being nearby. But you guys haven't precisely located where exactly you need to go. But you guys are obviously going in the right direction. And night falls, and you guys kind of break for camp, and as you guys, I mean, I imagine you guys set up a watch, right? Because um, you guys are in kind of like a hazardous forest,
Yes.
and I'm gonna use Betty's roll for this, and so I think Blue kind of notices first, and they start growling, kind of in the dark of the forest. And I think, would you wake up the rest of your companions, Betty, if Blue was kind of on the defensive?
So
Or
we're
you guys are like in the
we
middle of a forest. You guys are kind of found like a small clearing, or made a clearing for yourself, but there's like dense forest all around you. Um, and Blue is uh, kind of looking in a couple of different directions, clearly distressed.
yeah, I'll go ahead and wake everybody up. I'll go to like I'll march around to everybody and be like, Holly, wake up there. And I'll be like, Harvey, grab your flail. And then for Danni specifically, something's in the dark, Danni. I think we could use that shillelagh of yours there.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say orange, and so it casts an orange light.
Cool. Perfect. As soon as you do, it kind of lights up your guys' little camp a little bit more. And you see slithering kind of encroaching in multiple directions around you. You see slithering coming in from the ground. You see some shadows moving, dangling from the nearby trees, and they seem to be moving with purpose, which is very unusual. And um, one is going to let's see. Harvey's up, Betty's up, Danny's up, Folly. Where were you sleeping?
I think Betty also woke me up, right?
I woke everybody up.
Okay,
I went around to everybody.
So everyone's up. Okay, great.
Mhm.
I think what's gonna happen. Yeah, what's gonna happen is, Blue is gonna start barking at one of these slithering shadows that you guys can barely make out.
What's our okay? So our light situation is dire, correct?
Yeah, the light situation is not great. You're basically there's a small glow from the residual fire, but it's not giving up much light. And then your main light source is Danny's shillelagh.
Mhm. I
Okay.
also have cast light as a rote.
Oh, tight.
Which I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna grab like a stick for kind of like a stick from the dying fire and cast light on that.
Cool.
Which I do think I need to roll for.
Oh, if it's a rote, I think you're good. Okay.
My understanding of rote was that like you do still have to roll for it. It's not like a cantrip in D&D. It's just that like it doesn't count against my like allotment of spells that I'm allowed to know that I'm allowed to have at one time.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. But you still have to cast
Yes.
cast a spell or
Yeah.
or
Wait,
whatever it's called
question.
for. Yeah.
What are like what can you cast light on?
I think
Light just says any item you touch glows with a divine light, about as bright as a torch. It gives us no heat or sound, requires no fuel, but is otherwise like a mundane torch. And it lasts as long as it's in my presence. So it's just kind of any object.
Could you cast it on my flail?
Sure. I think I think Swally like goes goes to like says like, oh, I'm gonna.
Oh wait, actually even better. Sorry, my shield.
Mm.
Because I can just kind of light.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can. Yeah. In retrospect, insisting that I need to roll for
To
this
roll
is
for
like
it.
not a high roll, but
No, we play
Cool.
fair. Let's do it.
okay, never mind. That is a 13.
Oh, damn.
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay.
That's a bright shield.
Yeah, that is a nice shield. I don't. Do you get anything extra on a 10 plus when you cast a spell?
No, I just don't have any like downsides like I would on a 7 to 9.
Okay, perfect. Then you cast your light spell with ease.
Hmm.
What you get to choose the color too, right?
Hmm.
If you want to.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's just kind of like a dull kind of yellowish color.
Cool, perfect. So now you guys have two light sources. Your camp is looking much more visible, and what you do see are a bunch of green, thorny vines, all wriggling, all kind of starting to encroach upon you. There's a couple that are going after Bleu that are trying to like crawl up on Blue's legs and try and get them. What do you guys do?
Vines?
Vines, thick,
I'm go-
thorny
I-
vines.
I have an idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Blue back and then mention to Harvey. Remember that thing you did over with the ghoul mother there?
You're damn right I do. I'm gonna look around and see who is the most unarmed person. Who is carrying the least weapons?
The least
My weapon
like,
is a single staff.
I think Danny. Does Danny only have a shillelagh?
Yeah, but it's a powerful shillelagh.
Which
and
is
it's
Oh,
so
a staff.
thorny.
In a way, it's like a club.
Okay. I think I'm gonna shove my flail into Danny's arms.
Your toothless mother, or
No, my regular flail.
oh, okay.
Toothless mother's in the tent. Oh, I have 3 flails now. Anyways, I'm gonna conjure my flame flail.
Okay. You have to make a roll for that, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Great.
Okay, it's plus my con. I got an 11.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. On an 11, you get to choose 2 of the tags in that list.
Yes, I do. Okay, I have a mechanical question.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Mhm.
So the dangerous tag
Mhm.
insinuates that like I could get hurt by it.
Correct.
I kind of feel like removing that tag also insinuates the fire doesn't really do flame damage anymore. Am I correct in that assumption?
The way, I mean, this is kind of like, this is less mechanic, I would say, and more kind of in the fiction. I would say that maybe like
Okay.
when you summon your flaming weapon, depending on how well you summon it, maybe the fire is a little bit more, or it's less restrained, and so there's a possibility of it, maybe the fire hurting you. And when you kind of like
Okay.
remove the dangerous tag, it's like a solid molten flail. Like it's still got that fire damage, but like you have like a magnificent control over it, and there's no way that it's gonna hurt you.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick. Okay.
I just assumed it was like the difference between like a Pokemon casting flamethrower and like a fireball in 5e, where it's like if you cast fireball near your allies, all of your friends will become toast.
Okay, sick. I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove the dangerous tag.
Okay.
And I guess we'll just do +1 damage.
Cool. I mean, that's solid. Great. So you bring out your flaming weapon, um, your flaming flail, and what do you do?
Okay, so can you kind of give me like a visual of the vine layout?
Yeah, I mean, right now you guys can really only see within kind of the bounds of your camp. Um, and then so like you have like a there's like a if we're looking like top down, in the center are you guys. You guys kind of made a clearing. Uh, you guys had sent up some tents and some bedrolls, and then on the outskirts, you're all just kind of surrounded by a bunch of trees and brush and whatnot. And these vines, they're like everywhere. They've completely surrounded you. Maybe not. No, I'm gonna take that back. They haven't completely surrounded you, but it's like if you're like think of a circle, it's like more than half of a circle, it's like a half dome, but like even
It's
a
like
little
a
bit.
crescent.
It's like a crescent, yeah. So it's trying to encircle you, as it like is getting further into the camp.
Um,
And there's many vines.
okay,
It's more than one vine.
it's a crescent. Actually, before I make like an actual attack with this, if it's a crescent, there's probably a nice meaty center.
Potentially.
Can I like try to figure that out?
How do you want to go about doing that?
I think I want to walk the perimeter.
Okay. Then,
Right?
since
Like, guys, am I on the right track here? Does anyone else have input?
Not specifically for your attack. I have some ideas for these vines.
Oh,
Not-
see, I'm not necessarily trying to find a good place for my attack. I'm just like, if we're encircled, one attack feels kind of
Well, so I was
useless.
gonna go over to Danny in the middle of all this and be like, Danny, I have to ask you a question, and I hope you don't find it too presumptuous of me, but we are in a bit of trouble there. Can you speak to plants? I know that you're kind of like a whole little druid there, like a plant guy.
It's a very common misconception. I can only study the essence of inanimate plants. These plants appear to me to be very animate.
Okay, fair enough. My second question there, you know how you turned into a rock last time?
Yes, well, not exactly. There's a lot of philosophical questions that come into it, but as long as I remain mobile, I'm not technically a rock. You know, a lot of druids do face this dehumanization, and I just feel like it's important to bring it up whenever it comes up naturally.
So, okay, but you were a rock person.
Yes, rock person.
Could you become kind of like an avatar of pestilence and famine, since you are from a battlefield? Is it possible that you would be able to turn into like a living entity that just sort of represents rot and decay, and we can just sort of
I mean,
clear a path for this?
Very specific plan.
I don't know how to respond to this. I am
With a yes, I hope.
druid, and although I am from the blasted wasteland, I am not an undead creature or entity.
I am going to
I
interrupt you
didn't
guys
get
here.
the word undead.
I'm going to interrupt you guys right here. A vine shoots forth and wraps its leg around Betty, and you're going to take 5 points
Fuck
of.
you! And
5
I'm gonna
points of.
hit. I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna roll resist. I'm gonna roll.
I'm not.
I'm gonna roll.
No, wait. You're going to take.
fucking-
You're going to take 5 points of damage. You can minus your armor, and then you can react.
What? I can't roll defy danger
No,
to jump out of the way.
I was making a move that time.
Not after the danger.
You guys are taking too long. You guys were talking way too much.
Yeah,
Your conversation was way too pleasant while you guys are being encircled by these vines.
How much? How much damage?
5 minus your armor.
I want
Okay.
to.
And you know what? I'll even say, since you were facing Danny, that it. No, never mind. It went for your leg. Yeah, minus your armor.
I want to shillelagh the vine with my shillelagh.
Great. Give me a hack and slash.
Okay. Sorry, drop the dice. That's 2.
Oh, that's a 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what's gonna happen is you are going to get tangled in the vines that have been creeping at your feet, and it's going to trip you up, and it's gonna do 3 points of damage minus your armor.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I see you, Devon.
yeah, so you're lying down on the ground. Betty is kind of getting tangled in the vines. Let's do a quick gander over at Folly. You see your comrades quickly becoming entangled. What are you gonna do?
This might not be the greatest time for this, but I want to try to spout lore on these plants.
Ooh. I mean, I think that works.
Yeah, trying to.
See what you know about these guys.
That's plus int. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that's a 6.
Ooh. Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Failure time.
Okay. Let's see. Danni, take a point of experience since you failed. Folly, you as well.
Mhm.
Let's see. I don't think you can. You don't know. You don't know what these things are.
Cool.
You just don't know. You haven't been in the Fabled Forest. Maybe it's not your area of expertise. Um,
I haven't
but
read about these anywhere. Yeah.
yeah. But we'll come back to you. I want to go back to Harvey real quick.
Yes. So I am encircling the camp with like my shield outwards, trying to find where they're, I guess, the thickest, or it looks like they're going towards something.
Okay. I want to let you roll discern realities, but also I feel like I need to make you roll defy danger first, since you
Okay.
are trying to act despite an imminent threat. So go ahead and roll defy danger. You can. It sounds like you're using strength, but I'm down. I'm open if you have a better idea.
I think. Wait, what's the dexterity one?
Dexterity is described as getting out of the way or acting fast.
Yes, dexterity.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
a dexterous boy.
you're also acting like really quickly. I feel like you saw the enemy and you are like trying to like figure out real quick what's going on.
I'm
So
like moving along the border, dodging and weaving the vines, like.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, so go ahead and roll defy danger plus dex.
14.
Oh, magnificent. You're doing exactly that. You're bobbing and weaving. These viney thorns trying to get you. They're not getting you. You and you move closer to what looks to be where the vines are coming from. So go ahead and roll a discern realities.
Okay.
Which is a plus whiz.
6.
Ah, okay. Okay. You can't figure out where these actually. Okay. You think, no, that's dumb. I don't think that's what you're thinking. Well, it looks like the vines are coming to you, Harvey. It looks like maybe perhaps the vines are coming from the opposite side of the camp. Maybe the vines are trying to deceive you. And the mass of these vines, opposite way. That's what you know.
Gotta trust your instincts.
And if you do act on what I just told you, you do get to take a +1 forward. Betty, you just got attacked by a vine, and it's hurting your leg pretty bad. What do you do?
I rolled a 9 on hack and slash to try to chop this thing off of me.
Cool.
But I only rolled a 1 for damage.
Okay, well, it's you know what? Here, you do 1 damage, and I think you hack off that vine that was on your leg, so you're no longer entangled.
Okay, I'm gonna slice it and say, "God damn it, Danni! Next time a simple no will suffice there, okay?" And I'm just gonna say, "Harvey, Do you see where the fuck this thing is coming from? And I'm just gonna like hoist up my fucking crossbow and get next to Bleu.
Apparently behind us. They're trying to
Can I-
deceive us, the vines.
Can I see anything coming from behind us?
It doesn't look like there's only maybe like a there's very few vines. It seemingly it doesn't look like that's where the vines are, but there are a couple now that are creeping out from behind the camp, from where you guys were facing previously.
If I did, can I do a discern realities to try to figure out? Because these plants all grew out of like a central node.
Yeah,
I'm
if
assuming.
if you want to try and figure out if you're like maybe I don't shouldn't believe Harvey and you want to like
Yeah,
do it yourself, you can try and figure out how or where these guys are coming from.
yeah, I want to roll discern realities to try and find out where these things are rooted.
Okay.
That's an 11 plus 3. So that's
Phenomenal.
14.
So go ahead and ask 3 of those questions from the list, if you'd like to.
Okay. Who's really in control here?
Ooh, definitely the vines. The vines right now, very much in control. They're moving in a way where they're steadily approaching, and there doesn't seem to be any slowing them down.
Okay. What here is not what it appears to be.
Harvey was mistaken. They are not coming from behind you guys. They are definitely coming from the direction where there's more of them coming from, you know.
Okay. What's useful or valuable to me?
Oh, that's a good question.
And is it my hag mother stomach acid or my ghoul mother stomach acid?
Damn, that would be. Ooh, that's a good idea. I hadn't even thought about that. Let's see. I think you know what. With your discerned realities, you do see. You're able to, with a couple of flashes of light, uh, from both Harvey's shield and Danny's shillelagh, you see there's light dancing all around. There's a bunch of shadows and everything's lighting up around you guys. And you do see a clump of vines, kind of like entangled, a big mass of vines, kind of deeper into the forest. Um, but I don't think. I think you would have to experiment with the Ghoul Mother acid to know if it was super effective or not.
Okay. Word. Can I point to this rat king nest of vines off in the distance for everybody?
Yes, absolutely. You can definitely point it out.
Okay. And I'm gonna point it out to everybody. Everybody, it seems to be coming from over there. And I'm gonna like just point through the darkness at like this disgusting, abhorrent. I'm assuming it looks like Tangela from Pokemon, but just awful.
I was just gonna say that. Yep, that's the exact word that I would use to describe this thing. Except probably bigger, because I don't think Tangle is that big.
Fantastic.
Tangrowth.
Yeah, it's evolution. You know, it's like it's much bigger. I was just gonna let Danny go real quick. What was I gonna say? Betty just called out where she thinks the central location of these vines are coming from. You did get hurt a little bit, and you're kind of on the ground. What do you want to do?
So I am ensnared in vines,
Yes.
and but I remain calm because this is like how I like to be. You know, this is how I thrive, and I would like to shapeshift into a rat, which
Ooh,
is a creature of my homeland.
Oh, is it?
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of those before.
Cool.
They're kind of weird, but you know, you get used to them.
Yeah, very very fantasy. Cool. Yeah. So you have to roll? Yeah, you have to roll for your shapeshifting, right?
Two.
Cool.
Yeah, plus wisdom. All right. That was a 13, so I think I get
Ooh.
3 holds.
You do. Awesome.
Yee.
A hold is like a turn.
A hold. Yeah, I'm gonna give you another one since shapeshifting kind of is, I would imagine, is pretty quick, and you didn't fail it. So I imagine you shrink down into your rat form. Um,
Mhm.
you're now on the ground like you were previously, but now much more in control. Um, what do you do now that you're in your rat form?
I would like to scamper towards the like nest thing.
Cool. Okay. I think I'm imagining how this guy. I think you can do that without even needing to roll Defy Danger because I think this this creature is more focused on larger prey. So you become like negligible to him or to it at this stage. So you're able to do
Awesome.
that. What do you want to do when where you're going?
When I reach the nest,
Yeah.
um, well, okay. Here's could this be a move of mine as a rat? Like, could I like crawl into the nest and kind of use my instincts to discover like I don't know how to take it apart or
Ooh.
like
I mean,
you know how like rats can like chew through wires and stuff?
yeah. I was actually going to give you advantage on your hack and slash in your rat form. Uh, and
Sweet.
since you're kind of like gnawing at it, and kind of especially at its core, like you're dealing like a good amount of damage to it. So I was going to give you advantage. Uh,
Okay, yeah. Cool. So I'm just gonna like get to the core of it and start gnawing.
cool. Yeah. So go ahead and roll a hack and slash for me, and with advantage. So you can roll 3d6 and then take the two highest ones.
That's a 7.
Great. That works. Let's see. On a 7 to 9, you'll get to roll your damage. So go ahead and roll your damage. Um, but it's going to on a hack and slash. Normally, it'll attack back. Um, yeah. You know what? You know what it is. Uh,
Mhm.
the vines that you're gnawing on. There's thorns all over the place, and you are having trouble um, gnawing on this thing and avoiding all of the thorns at the same time. So you are going to take some damage as well. Um, so go ahead and take another uh, 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Um,
then I just had like 3 damage on it.
and you do 3 damage on it.
Yeah.
Dope. I'm gonna. Yeah, that's perfect. Great. It. Let's see. It's a massive vine, so it's not going to make a sound per se, but it's definitely going to start like writhing in a really gross manner and a little bit more rapidly than it was before. It does not like what you're doing to it right now. Um, Folly. There's a lot going on right now. What do you want to do?
I think, unlike Danny, I am I am not thriving, not remaining calm. Yeah, I think honestly, I think what Folly is doing is just kind of like using their staff to just kind of like whack at the vines that are getting close to them and that are getting close to the camp, just kind of trying to like stop them from. Is anyone still like tangled in the vines? Did Betty get caught or?
I got out.
Yeah,
Okay,
Betty got
cool.
out.
Okay,
But
yeah. In that case, I'm just kind of like trying to stop them from getting to me.
cool. No, I like that. I have a question though. Uh,
Hmm.
would you rather do a hack and slash or would you rather do a defend? Because I
Hmm.
think depending on what you want to do more specifically, I think
Hmm.
you could do either or.
Well, I have plus nothing in both strength and con, so
Ooh.
So now it's all fiction.
Danger?
How do you want to? Oh, so what were we saying, Betty?
Could they do defy danger
I
if their
would,
goal is
yeah.
just to get away from these things or avoid them? To
Yeah.
defy the danger of the vines?
Hmm.
Yeah, I defy
Yeah.
danger would also work if you wanted to avoid, if like your move was to like avoid getting hurt.
I think
I-
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you were trying to do? You're trying to avoid getting hurt. You're not trying to defend anyone or hurt the vine
Mostly.
specifically.
Yeah, yeah. Now that I know that no one's like trapped right now, I think it's mostly trying to like keep out of the way and stop them from getting to me. So I could
Okay.
make an argument for defy danger.
Yeah. No.
Dex, if I
That
can add a single one.
you said Dex.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's tight. Yeah. So Folly's just kind of doing what Harvey was doing a little bit earlier, and kind of like bobbing and weaving as these vines are trying to uh ensnare Folly.
Okay, yeah. It's a good thing I did go with defy danger because I rolled 2 3s, so that is going to be a 7.
Nice.
Barely a success.
Cool. Ooh, interesting. So on a
Hmm.
7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. I get to offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice.
Hmm.
Okay. Here is what it. You said your only weapon is a staff, right?
Yep.
You can um avoid danger and not take any damage, but you lose your staff because the vines get a hold of it, or you can keep your staff, but you'll take some damage.
Hmm. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I have any emotional attachment to this staff. It's just kind of very basic weapon that I took with me. So yeah, I think the vines are gonna like tangle around the staff as I'm like trying to like sort of stamp on them and just rip it off of my hands.
Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, you're like trying to get out of the way, and in the process, your staff gets tangled in the vines, and you kind of have to let it go, so that you don't get yourself tangled into the vines.